podcast. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna keep on moving, dude. You end up hearing a lot of rumors about other wrestlers. Is most of what you come across true or just rumors?
Most of it's bullshit.
Right.
But what's crazy is some of the most outrageous stories. You're like, nah, and then you find out, oh shit. maybe I need to listen a little bit more. But yeah, 99% of the time it's I don't know if it's work jealousy, personal jealousy, or just trying to bury somebody so you can get to the spot. But 99% of the time, it's total BS.
Right. Explain, what is it with the politics in wrestling? I never got it. I can see if you were at like the WWE level, because you know you're vying for different positions and jobs and shit. But that happens to independent wrestling too. It doesn't, and it's like, what the fuck do you care? You're a fucking you're a small fish, or you're a big fish in a small pond. Yet politics still fucking. Why does that happen so often?
I've never understood it because the way I was brought up and brought into the business is the show is what you get over. You don't get yourself over. You don't necessarily get the other guy over. You get the show over.
Right.
And wherever you're at in the show and whatever your position is, you do that to the very best of your ability. And I've never tried to bury anybody. There's been a few guys that I should have, but I've never tried to bury anybody. I've never understood the whole politic thing. Because the way I look at it is, because I've ran shows. I was promoted. If you show up and you do your job and you do it to the best of your ability, then you're a team player, and that's going to move you up a lot more than going, this dude's an ass, we shouldn't use him.
Right.
Or this guy hurts people. Well, you know what? Learn to protect yourself better. That's all I can tell you.
Right.
But yeah, I've never understood the politics either. To me, it gets in the way. It's supposed to be a brotherhood. You're not supposed to try to step on each other.
Right. You said you've had to straighten guys out in the past. You want to reiterate on that?
Well, I had a promoter in Arizona. Again, I won't name no names, but you know him. He's a Native American guy.
Okay.
And we had a kid on the show that was going out there, and he was, I don't know what his problem was at the time. He was a small guy, didn't want to sell, didn't want to put nobody over. And it was my first show back. And actually, if you remember, you were on the show. It was at the fair on the Indian Reservation.
Oh yeah.
That day you bought that John Cena shirt, and I think you jerked off on it 3 times for that one. But before the actual promoter got there, the shot caller called me over the side and goes, "We're having a problem with this guy. We want you to straighten him out." Okay. Well, between that time and the time the actual owner got there, it got changed because he didn't want to be hurt. But that didn't go through. But I had a kid in Shelbyville, Tennessee, kind of the same situation. It was like I was talking earlier about how people never leave that one show and they think they're hot shit.
Right.
Well, this kid thought he was end all be all in pro wrestling. He wouldn't listen to nobody. He wouldn't hang out in the dressing room with the boys. And I went out there and had to stretch him a little bit and teach him a lesson. And when we got done, he walked in and he took his boots off in the dressing room and handed them to the promoter and go, "I quit."
Wow. All right, man. For our listeners that don't know, what do you mean by stretch him out?
That's when you put on a hold, and if you do it right, they're not going anywhere, you're not going anywhere, and they're not going to get out until you want them to get out. And sometimes they can see their own butthole if you put it in right. So it's just putting that little bit extra leverage on a hold or a move to say, "Hey, I need your attention, and you're going to listen to me."
Right.
So yeah, I've had to do that a few times. We had a guy again in Tennessee. I don't know what it is with Tennessee guys, but it was me and my partner Keith Arden, and we've known this guy for years. And we go up there, and he just dies. Don't sell nothing, just dies on us. I wanted to bite him on the calf. I'm like, "You're going to sell something."
Right. That's the worst, dude.
So yeah, I mean, I agree, because I mean, it makes me look stupid, makes you look stupid.
Seriously. Real quick story about my last match at EXW/FSW. They put me in the ring with a fucking yard tard. And he was supposed to go over, and he blew up in the first 2 minutes of the match and forgot to do everything. I hit him with a real roaring elbow and fucking hit him in the fucking temple, and I broke his orbital bone. And
you should pay attention next time on it.
Seriously, and that was the time that our buddy, the promoter, told me not to come back. I said, all right. Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever done anything like that. So I wasn't like a bully in the ring or anything. I stretched out one other guy in Utah. It's this Juggalo kid, and I felt bad for doing it, but I was told by the promoter, Khan, he was like, yeah, fuck this dude up real quick. So I had to handle business. I totally get what it's now. When you get it, when you get that order, do you get hesitant about it, or are you just like, all right?
Well, it really depends. I mean, it depends on the promoter. If I trust the promoter, I'm just like, okay, this kid's done something
Right.
to deserve it, or he needs to be straightened out for some reason. But if I don't really know the promoter that well, and that because I've been brought in just to really straighten people out.
No shit.
I broke one kid's ankle, but that's a different story. But if I really don't know the promoter, I want to talk to the kid and find out what's going on.
Right.
And just get to know him and see what's going on. And I've actually declined to do it a time or two. I'm like, this kid's just green. He just don't know any better. Let me work with him and teach him. And if he don't get it after 2 or 3 matches, then he's mine.
Okay.
And 9 times out of 10, that'll work out. And like I said, one of the main problems with wrestling today is you show up at a gym or somebody's house or somebody's backyard, you give them a little bit of money, or even no money these days, and 2 weeks later you're in the ring wrestling and you don't know nothing.
Right.
And it's not your fault you're put in that position.
Right. Right.
But as old school guys, we were trained that anybody that steps in that ring needs to know what they're doing, and it's on them to know what they're doing. But kids get rushed through these days, and you can't really blame the kids.
Right. Right. I agree with you. Do you have any advice for an aspiring professional wrestler?
That's a good question. And actually, I work with a kid at my shoot job that asked me the same thing because he's wanting to get into it.
Oh,
My
wow.
thing is don't expect to make any money because there's no money in the indie scene.
Right.
Just don't. Don't expect to go to New York. It's not going to happen. 9 times out of 10, it's 1 in a million shot. But don't make that your end-all, be-all. Enjoy it for what it is. Have a good time. Be safe. And that's pretty much it. And find you a group of guys. And I've been lucky. I've got guys on the East Coast and the West Coast that if I call up or they call up and we're in the same area and we get in the car, it's going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah. You know
to
one of
me,
those is?
the road trip.
Radford's one of those guys.
Yes, he is.
Dean Radford's one of those guys.
Yes, he is. And if you get in the car with Dean, the ride there and the ride back, better than the show.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, shit, man. All right, man, we're gonna change gears on topics here. We're gonna talk about politics and conspiracy theories. All right.
Oh, here we go.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on President Trump?
Greatest president in U.S. history, except for maybe Ronald Reagan.
Okay. All right.
Now, I'm not saying I agree with everything he does. I'm not saying that he should be up at 3 o'clock in the morning putting out tweets about things, but I like the fact that I don't like that, but I kind of like it at the same time because I like the fact that you can tell he has no filter. He doesn't run anything through ass kissers. If something's on his mind and he thinks it's wrong, he's going to say something about it, and he's going to do something about it. If you don't like it, tough. He didn't get the job to be liked. He got the job to get the job done.
Right. Okay. Do you feel this country has taken a step backwards in cultural relationships?
Oh, you can thank the media for that.
Okay, why?
Because they're feeding it. They're feeding, and I understand that some of the things going on in the world right now they're not right, and I don't agree with them. But to me, and then this is going to get controversial, I'm going to get heat. But like I said earlier, I don't care about getting heat. I don't give a fuck. when what happened to George Floyd happened, it just shouldn't have. That never should have went down that way. Guy should have died on that street with a knee in his neck. It shouldn't happen.
Right.
But my question is what does looting a store and stealing Huggies and a grill and some water got to do with anything about what happened to George Floyd? It doesn't. You're taking advantage of a situation, and you're getting fed by the media that, hey, you need to go out and do this, and you got stupid ass celebrities. Well, we'll pay for your legal fees. Go do what you want to do.
That's crazy.
And you got mayors of cities, let them burn it down, and now they're coming back on taxpayers to pay for it. Screw you. find the people on camera that burnt your shit down and go get some money from them. You know they got money because they stole it from you.
Right. I have from 2 different people in 2 different states that Antifa has been present at a lot of these things. And what's going on is it starts out as a peaceful protest, and then these assholes go and throw bricks through windows and shit. And start a whole fucking thing.
Which so happened to be set up on pallets for them at the end of the block.
Right. That's what we heard, man.
So, yeah. So, and like right now, Seattle, the situation in Seattle, they've got like 16 blocks that they're holding down.
Wow.
I just read through the interweb that a couple of bike gangs from West Coast, Hells Angels and Mongrels maybe, are headed that way to straighten them out. So Seattle may be gone by Tuesday.
Oh shit, that's fucking crazy.
Hells Angels and them, they don't play.
Right.
They ain't got rubber bullets.
Right. Damn. It's a shame everything's going down like this.
I totally agree. It's useless. That's what bothers me the most. Is it's uncalled for. It's useless. The guys that did what they did to George Floyd have all been arrested. They're all going to get what's coming to them. Let justice take its course. I mean, and not all cops are angels. I know that. Not all cops are bad. And people are talking about, well, the bad ones are we have to. I understand, but they're still just people. And if you had that job where you had a split second to either defend yourself or be killed, you're going to defend yourself. I don't care what you say.
Right. I understand that. We see a lot of what bothered me and what bothered a couple other my guests were the YouTube videos of people who were in the protest that weren't looting and weren't rioting, but they were being randomly attacked by police. And like I watched a woman walking away and got pepper sprayed in the back of her head by the cop. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong because I haven't seen it. Right.
But my problem with YouTube videos and videos that people post online is they're so edited.
Right. You
there's
see
nothing
what you're
before,
supposed
there's
to
nothing
see.
after. So again, I take everything that I see and read and hear with 2 or 3 grains of salt, not just one.
Now,
there's some truth to it, and there's more to. There's always more to the story.
Now, you know what gave me hope, and I'm not going to lie, I had some tears come out of my eyes, is when I saw police marching with protesters. When they took their guns, that gave me the most hope I've had in the last 3 or 4 months, man.
I agree, and again, that's just proof that not all cops are asses. They're not all jerks.
Right.
They understand that what happened wasn't right, and they're trying to do what they think is the right thing, and more power to them. It's America, still. Right. Anyway, you got freedom. You can peacefully protest, but that's the word, is peacefully.
Right.
To me, but again, that's just my opinion. What do I know?
Right. Hey, you're entitled to it, right? I get it was Dave Chappelle just put out a stand-up. You got to check it out. It's called 8 and 46, I believe. 846 or 826. 826. I'm sorry. So check that out when you get a chance. I'm going to hit the next couple of questions here. Do you believe in conspiracy theories?
Again, I take everything with a grain of salt, but to me, it's just the timing for the riots and everything are just too coincidental with Hillary Clinton having to go to court and testify about all the stupid shit she's done over the last few years. So it's like, hey, look over here, there's something going over here, but they're really doing what the important stuff on the other side of the room. Right.
To me, this is all adding up to the election. Everything is adding up to the next election.
It totally is. I mean, like when California come out with their quote-unquote COVID-19, which I still think is a big media...
me too. Me too, bro. Me too.
When the California come out with their quarantine, and then the governor comes on and goes, but you can still go for a walk and walk your dogs and go shopping. Motherfucker, that ain't a quarantine. Quarantine is you sit your ass in your house and you don't go nowhere. What you did was an economic lockdown. You kept people going to work to make money so they couldn't spend money, which is going to make the president look bad in the long run because the economy they think was going to tank, which Dow Jones hit a high ever the other day, so screw you. But yeah, to me, that's all smoke and mirrors.
Okay. All right. I'm feeling the same way, man. I'm glad other people are putting the pieces of the puzzle together. I think a lot more people need to do that than just watching the fucking news all goddamn day. It's
I agree.
Do some research.